I cried for 3 weeks over that ring. Not because it was expensive, but because my husband had chosen every detail himself. The diamond. The setting. The engraving inside the band that read, "Always finding you," a reference to how we met. Which no longer matters the way it used to. I lost it in November. Or I thought I lost it. I'd taken it off before a workout, set it on the bathroom counter, came back, and it was gone. We searched the house for days. Filed a report with building security. My husband held me while I cried and told me we'd replace it. That it was just a ring. That what it represented was still there. He said that. His arms around me. What it represented is still there. I saw it on Lauren's Instagram story on a Tuesday morning at 6:47 while I was still in bed. Lauren is my husband Marcus's secretary. Public account I'd looked at it once or twice. She posted a story of her coffee cup, her hand wrapped around the mug, and the ring on her finger caught the light in a way that stopped my breathing entirely. Unique engraving. Exact setting. The specific diamond with the inclusion I'd memorized because I'd stared at it so many times it had become part of how I recognized my own hand. I screenshotted it before the story expired. Then, I sat in bed for 45 minutes while Marcus showered, got dressed, kissed me on the forehead, and left for work. I did not say a single word. Reacting immediately is exactly what they would be prepared for. Marcus is quick and verbal and good at reframing. And if I confronted him with a screenshot, he would have an explanation before I finished the sentence. I needed something he couldn't reframe. I called my friend Donna. Not to cry to think. Donna spent 15 years as a paralegal. I told her what I'd seen. She asked 3 questions. Did I have photos of the ring? Did it have documentation? Did I have access to Lauren's work schedule? I had all 3. The ring was insured. The documentation included a gemologist's assessment with photographs, the diamond inclusion map, and a description of the custom engraving. Donna told me that documentation was the difference between a suspicion and a provable fact. Lauren's schedule I had because Marcus occasionally asked me to coordinate with her on calendar items. I knew she worked Tuesdays and Thursdays downtown. I knew the building, the floor, the layout. I had brought Marcus lunch there twice in the past year. I made an appointment with the building's office manager under the pretext of discussing event space rental for a corporate function. It got me in on a Thursday morning with a legitimate reason to be there. I brought Donna. She waited in the lobby. Lauren was at her desk when I came around the corner. She looked up with the professional smile of someone who doesn't immediately recognize a face out of context. Then recognition arrived and the smile did something complicated. My ring was on her right hand. Moved from left to right, a small adjustment toward deniability, as if a different finger changed what the object was. I did not look at the ring. I looked at her face. I let the silence sit long enough to watch her decide what she was going to say. Marcus came out of his office before she said anything. His face did what faces do when 2 parts of a life that were never supposed to occupy the same space suddenly do. Rapid interior calculation. Options narrowing. The expression of a man searching for the angle before he opens his mouth. I did not give him the angle. I held up my phone with the insurance documentation open, the gemologist photographs, the inclusion map, the engraving description. I held it toward Lauren, not Marcus. I'd like the ring back, I said. To her. Not to him. Lauren took it off without speaking, without looking at Marcus, with the efficiency of someone who understands when a position is no longer defensible and wants the transaction finished. Donna was near the elevator when I came back through the lobby. She looked at my face and did not ask any questions because she could read the answer. The ring was in my coat pocket. Marcus called 4 times before I reached the car. I let them go. He texted 3 messages, the progression of a man moving through denial towards something that starts to sound like an explanation. The texts said the ring had been a mistake, that Lauren had found it in his jacket pocket after a work dinner and he hadn't known how to tell me, that it had gotten complicated, that he loved me. I called my attorney before I called him back. The insurance claim filed in November had listed the ring as lost or stolen. It was not lost. My husband had taken it from our bathroom and given it to his secretary, which made the claim fraudulent not by me, but by the circumstances he had created. Those circumstances now had a paper trail, a screenshot, a gemologist's report with photographs, and a secretary who had handed the ring back in front of a witness without a single word in its defense. My attorney sent Marcus a letter the following Tuesday. It outlined the fraudulent insurance circumstances, the documentation I had, and the terms under which I was willing to resolve the divorce without those circumstances becoming part of a more public record. Marcus did not negotiate. The ring is in my jewelry box. I don't wear it. I kept it because it is documentation, and because some part of me is not ready to decide what it means to own a thing chosen with love and then used as currency for something else entirely. Always finding you, the engraving says. He found his way to the wrong place. I found mine to an attorney's office on a Tuesday morning, with a screenshot and an insurance document and 11 years of knowing exactly how he argued. He never found the angle. That part felt exactly right.